Weimer, Judge Weimer, Judge Weimer. This is another video where we talk about what Judge Weimer is doing behind closed doors, and we call this segment Coffee Time with Judge Weimer. What we're going to talk about today is Mustafa's bond hearing and why Mustafa's bond hearing got revoked. Even though you gave him the bond and then come back to revoke the bond. Now, Judge Weimer, I have transcripts from circuit court for the bond motion. I have certain videos that are sealed off by you, now are being leaked. And we're going to talk about, did Judge Weimer favor this prosecutor and lie about Mustafa and revoked his bond, even though there is evidence that show that Mustafa should have a bond? Now, Judge Weimer, before we talk about what we're going to be talking about today, I find it interesting that Sheriff Deputy Tony pulls my brother to the side the other day, and he tells him that I should stop making these segments where I talk about Judge Weimer. That somehow these segments are threatening the judge. Now, Judge Weimer, are you doing anything wrong behind closed doors that you think that what I talk about is threatening to you? I mean, we're only exercising our First Amendment. We're only talking about what you're doing to Mustafa Aljazairi in circuit court. And we're releasing sealed videos that are sealed by you, and we're pulling the transcript, and we're talking about how you're favoring this prosecutor. Are you favoring this prosecutor? We're just asking questions, Judge Weimer. If you have nothing to worry about, then these videos should not affect you, sir. But apparently, Sheriff Tony, the same one that arrested me when I was exercising my First Amendment on public property and violated my First Amendment, thinks that he's going to violate my First Amendment and stop me from talking on social media. Sheriff Deputy Tony, we're not in Russia, sir, and we're not in China. And last time I checked, Judge Weimer is not the president of North Korea. So we get to have a conversation. We get to exercise our First Amendment. I know you've been a sheriff for a long time, sir, and having a badge and a uniform makes you think that we don't have a First Amendment anymore. But I'm here to tell you, sir, we're going to continue having these segments, Coffee Time with Judge Weimer. We're going to talk about what he does behind closed doors. And I'm going to see your sheriff, Sheriff Glenn Hill, in court. I've got court coming up. And by the time I'm done with the sheriff, he's not going to have a badge or a uniform. Now, Judge Weimer, you gave Mustafa bond after you watched the dash camera. Now, what's on this dash camera that after you watched it, you gave Mustafa bond? Now, when you watch this dash camera, you clearly see that this whole thing is a vehicle accident. You listen to the audio of the investigator, between Mustafa and the investigator. You can clearly hear that this investigator falsified Mustafa's police report. Mustafa was never arguing inside the vehicle. Mustafa never said he was arguing inside the vehicle. And this investigator simply falsified the police report. Literally, when you watch the dash camera, you can see that this whole entire thing is a vehicle accident and there is no argument inside the vehicle. You gave Mustafa bond. Now, this prosecutor was so angry with you that she said in court, Judge Weimer, the Commonwealth attorney, is not going to be happy with you. And she ordered that you give her a stay. 7 days a stay. Now, 7 days later, The prosecutor comes back and she says, Your Honor, Judge Weimer, Mustafa threatened a correctional officer. She doesn't show you any evidence. She just literally says that in court, and you turn around and you revoke Mustafa's bond. Now, all over NBC4, they say that Prosecutor Sarah Sami says she has a lip reader. That the lip reader says that Dorothy, Mustafa's girlfriend, says Empress is in the vehicle. Now, I found that interesting because I was in court and I have a recording. Now, before you say anything, I wasn't recording in court. Someone gave me the audio the same way they gave me the sealed video that I'm leaking out to the community. I've got sealed videos that you sealed to lie about Mustafa. I've got all the body cams for Mustafa and other individuals in the county. Now, NBC4 says the prosecutor has a lip reader. The prosecutor never said I have a lip reader. I have the audio inside the court. The prosecutor said if I have a lip reader, Dorothy is going to say Empress is in the vehicle. Now, if I have a lip reader and I have a lip reader like Julie Kerr on NBC4 said, she lied. Those are two different things. She said if I get a lip reader. Now, Judge Weimer, why would she want a lip reader when I literally have a document that says Officer Zymus with Prince William County says that this dash camera has audio. The dash camera has audio. Now, you know that because you sealed off this document. At the time, we didn't know, but now I do because I have that document. Now, Judge Weimer, I find it interesting that not only that there is audio to this dash camera, that there is a video on here, a CCTV video, where it shows that Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer. I have an audio where there's a witness that comes forward that says Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer. I have a document that shows that the incident started at 9:15, but the video on here starts at 10:15. Now, you seal the CCTV video, you seal the document, you seal the witness that came forward, and you revoke Mustafa's bond, even though there is evidence that show Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer. Mustafa's lawyer at the time, Blake Weiner, appealed your decision, and he subpoenaed the CCTV video inside the jail. He subpoenaed any audio and any document related to the incident. The prosecutor said Mustafa threatened a correctional officer. So apparently there's a video, a CCTV video inside the jail. Apparently there's an audio, and apparently there's a document. On this audio, there's a witness that says Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer. Now, you would think Judge Weimer is going to listen to this witness and say the prosecutor is lying about Mustafa. Instead, Judge Weimer, what you do, you seal off the audio. You seal off the audio and you tell the lawyer, I don't want to hear it. And you seal it off from the community. You seal it. You seal the audio. The video that shows Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer, you say, I don't want to watch it, and you seal it. The document, you seal the document. Now, unfortunately for you, sir, some police officers in Prince William County are not happy with what happened behind closed doors and are watching and are tired of this bullshit. So what do? They give me this material on a flash drive. I have the videos that you sealed, and now I'm releasing it to the community. The community is going to hear the witness that came forward that said Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer, the CCTV video that shows Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer. I mean, when you watch the CCTV video, you watch these correctional officers are giving Mustafa his items back. Why would they give him his items back at 10:15 if he threatened a correctional officer? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I find it interesting that when Blake Weiner subpoenaed the jail video, the incident started at 9:15. The jail video starts at 10:15 when they're giving Mustafa his items back. Where is the rest of the video? That video should have been in the discovery, all of it, at 9:15. Now, why is it that the CCTV video starts at 10:15? It starts when they're giving Mustafa his items back. On that day, correctional officers entered Mustafa's cell, beat Mustafa, stepped on his Quran, violated his religious items, and took all of Mustafa's items. That's at 9:15. Now, at 10:15, they began to give him his items back. Now, my question is, on that day, the prosecutor says Mustafa threatened a correctional officer. Forget the witness that says Mustafa never threatened a correctional officer, and the community is going to get to hear that audio. If Mustafa threatened a correctional officer, why would they give him his items back? Interesting. And my biggest problem with you, Judge Weimer, is why is that video starts at 10:15 and it doesn't start from 9:15? That's exculpatory evidence. It's illegal to hide exculpatory evidence. Now, you seal this video, you seal the document, you seal the audio, and you think this community is never going to find out. Well, we get to have this conversation, and we get to talk about what Judge Weimer is doing to Mustafa Aljazairi and why he revoked Mustafa's bond. And, this evidence shows that you're a corrupt judge, that you're protecting a prosecutor that's lying about Mustafa. Judge Weimer, we're going to continue to talk about what you're doing behind closed doors in light of the police body cams that are being released out to the community, in light of the Department of Justice investigating, in light of the FBI investigating. Sir, we're going to continue to close in the circle on you. By law, we're going to hold you accountable. There is videos that show what you do behind closed doors. There's transcript that show how you're ruling and how you're protecting this prosecutor and this Commonwealth attorney. And you have no choice but to come clean or face federal prison. Judge Weimer, I look forward to more videos where we get to talk about what you do behind closed doors. I look forward to pulling more transcripts from Circuit Court and how you're ruling on Mustafa Aljazairi. I look forward to releasing these videos and comparing them to how you're ruling on Mustafa. And we're going to have more conversations. I look forward to having more videos and more of these segments with Coffee Time with Judge Weimer.